The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
First carry now. This is Johnson.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On second down, here's Rosen. Eluding the pressure right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. Johnson, the intended target, and that'll make it third down.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's Rosen. Being chased out left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Ezekiel Ansah coming in to drop him for a loss of 8. And it'll be 4th down. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. Fielded at about the 28. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10.
Here we go. 21.
And now movement here right away. Maybe a sign of things to come with this crowd. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They run with Breida. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. A good comeback there after the penalty. 9 yards, and it's 2nd and 6. On second down, here's Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Garoppolo to his tight end Kittle for a Niner 1st down.
I got kicked out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Pass incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Here's Breida. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
It's really simple to say that they know their identity, that they are a passing team. But one of the reasons that they're so successful, they know how to mix in the run and make sure that they keep the defense off balance and not able to just simply say, let's go get the quarterback and disrupt things.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now Garoppolo. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line. Chandler Jones. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Delaney Walker. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. The Cardinals offense now works their way back onto the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. Yeah. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
They go play action. It's Rosen. He'll buy some time right. He finds an opening past the 40. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And he's got it across the 50 to the 47-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Underneath for Johnson. And he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a different story. Long night.
On second down, Johnson. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now Rosen looking at a 3rd and 2. He's got his man. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Martavis Bryant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals are just an extra point away from tying this game. Janikowski adds the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets them up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Flush to his right. And some room to roam now. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
Now it's Breida. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The linebacker, William Compton, in on the tackle.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on.
Yeah, they drop it for a loss, but penalty markers are on the field. Let's see about the call. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Here's a 2nd and 5 now after the offsides penalty. Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers. Garoppolo to throw on second down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Garoppolo now, escaping the pressure right. That is caught at the 7. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
It's not often that we see big plays end in disaster, and we just absolutely saw it right there. They had something really big cooking on that one.
When you're down near the goal line like that on a big play, do you get maybe a little too careless, a little too desperate for the goal line?
I think the last part is exactly right. You get desperate for the goal line, and sometimes you get the ball out ahead away from your body, or you're trying to extend to get there, or maybe you're just trying so hard that the ball will come out of your hands. In any event, that's a big opportunity lost.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Detroit!
On second down, Rosen. Dumping it off for Johnson. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. It'll be a gain of 4, and that's going to bring up a third down. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They go play action here on first down. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Watch it now, Barney!
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there and also a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they'll get him down right about the 20. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Well, we know he's an electric runner. Earlier this half, you were wondering how they were going to bottle him up at different levels. That was your suggestion. Some mixed results.
Yeah, certainly, because we have seen him bottled up at times. We've seen him play him very well. We've also seen him pop the cork a few times and get out of there, haven't we?
We have indeed.
Detroit!
On 3rd down, Rosen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. But they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
This is Breida. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Two minutes to go here in the first half. More from the desert after this. Now a handoff looking right. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
But we just saw him run the football really effectively there with 3 tight ends in the game. And any defensive coordinator, when they see that set, if they can get more bodies out onto the field, not more than 11, of course, but bigger bodies to combat what they're going to do, because that's a run-heavy formation. Those guys are out there to block 9 times out of 10, and in this case, they did it really successfully.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm, incomplete. Now it's third down.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them, they've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
And definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin to...
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out, and now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. The 49ers moving hastily. They're scurrying to the line. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And here he'll get it down to the 7. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. On play action, it's Garoppolo. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Jimmy Garoppolo with his 2nd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Extra point splits the uprights. And the lead is now 14-10. The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. J.J. Nelson now to return. And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Detroit! Over! All right, now, lucky 56. Detroit!
Rosen on 1st and 10. On the right side, it's Hilton with a catch. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. He's going to air one out. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Bryant. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. And now Sebastian Janikowski on from a long distance. He's hit from 61 and 63 in his career. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. And now Sebastian Janikowski on from a long distance. He's hit from 61 and 63 in his career. 64 was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the 2nd half. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1. The Niners on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Dante Pettis, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead.
That drive was quick and impressive. Almost like they had somewhere else they needed to be after the game.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. Here comes Nelson. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. 20, 10, touchdown, Arizona. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there. Incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free, and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Come on, fellas, here we go. 6. Go ahead. 12.
Now a play fake here on first down. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Robert Kimdichie breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Play action. Now Garoppolo. It got his man complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. 75 yards receiving for him now. It's a first down.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jason McCourty. And the return will stop him well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but
pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Ziggy Ansah in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
No. Check. Patriot. Detroit.
Rosen will throw. Flushed out right. Looking deep for Hilton. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That goes for a gain of 31.
Detroit!
Now Rosen on first down, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. He couldn't quite hold. It got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Over! All right, now look at 56. Look at 56. Green, 39.
From the gun, it's Rosen. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And he'll be